Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Sag, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and or moving forward. But before we get into tarot, just keep in mind that this is a general reading. So this reading may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, feel free to check out your other placements. Also, too, don't get caught up in the gender. Nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. And also keep in mind that time is fluid. So this could either currently be happening or maybe happening at a later date. And the roles can be reversed. You might find yourself resonating with the person to the right of me than you do with the person to the left of me. And that's okay, because sometimes that actually does happen. So as I'm breaking these energies down, you'll be able to, pick and choose who you resonate more so with. But with all that being said, Sag, let's get started. We're going to look at your energy first, and then we'll jump over to your person's energy. It's the overall energy for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. All right. What's the overall energy for this person Sagittarius is connecting with or will be connecting with? So we do have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. What's the overall energy for this connection? We do have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And then we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. With deception coming out here, this is very similar to the Five of Swords in tarot. This is like an energy of somebody feeling like they kind of have to look over their shoulder when it comes down to whoever it is that they currently find themselves connecting with, due to this individual having, massive trust issues. So this could very well be you who has massive trust issues, or maybe you're connecting with somebody who actually does. What's interesting is that it's very hard to tell right now who is the person that has massive trust issues here, because I feel like these trust issues that this person actually does have, like deep down inside within them, has yet to come up to the surface. Is basically what I'm getting. Yeah, it's basically what I'm getting, because everything appears to look really good right now between you and this person. I don't feel like you're experiencing any trust issues. I don't feel like they're experiencing any trust issues, but I almost want to say as of right now anyways, but I feel like somebody's trust issues will definitely come up to the surface in this connection. It could end up coming from you, it could end up coming from them. Why? I don't know, but obviously we're going to get into it and find out. But let's do this. Let's see where life takes us on this journey here. All right, we're going to start off with you first, and then we'll jump over to your person. How does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? Okay, I like this. So we do have the Queen of Cups, we got the Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Wands. Yeah, I was kind of getting that. Things are unfolding really nicely here between you and this person. The fact that we have getting to know each other and these three cards that came out for you, Sag, that's kind of telling me that things, for the most part, either already moved fast between the two of you, or it's about to start moving very fast between the two of you. I am definitely getting that. At the bottom of the deck, I do like this energy. We have the Seven of Swords to the Five of Swords, and then we also have the Ace of Cups. With this particular person, Sag, I feel like you're very determined to do things differently with them. I feel like you learned a lot from previous relationships, and you're very determined to not make the same mistakes again. I am definitely getting that. So I love the fact that you learned a lot from these previous relationships. And I also love the fact that you're very determined to do things differently this time around, in hopes that you basically get a different outcome. Now, for some of you, this could be with somebody new. For some of you, this could definitely represent a starting over energy with somebody that you already have a lot of history with, and you're deciding to start a whole new, chapter with this person, and, not make the same mistakes again in hopes that you get a different outcome. So I'm getting two different storylines here. For some of you, this could be you reconnecting with someone from your past, or this could just represent somebody new that you're very determined to do things differently, with them this time around in hopes that, you get a different outcome. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, let's look at your person and their energy. This is somebody that you have a lot of emotions for. This is somebody that You know, you can totally see yourself having a long-term committed relationship with. I mean, this is basically what you want at the end of the day. You know, you want this connection between the two of you to last the test of times. You want this relationship to be your last, basically. How does this person currently view this relationship with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? So we do have the Six of Cups, we do have the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the Eight of Wands. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Devil out here. And then we also have, I don't know if I said the Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and then we got the Devil. Okay. Like I said, for some of you, this could definitely represent a starting over energy with somebody that you already have a lot of history with. It kind of looks like the both of you are making that decision, though, to like do things differently. You know, this time around within this dynamic that you share with this, you know, with one another, I'm sorry, in hopes that the both of you get a different outcome. So the past mistakes or poor decisions that they were making within this dynamic that they share with you, they're very determined to not do that again. Same applies for you. You're very determined to not do that again. Because it kind of looks like if this is like you reconnecting with someone from your past is concerned, and starting like a whole new chapter / cycle with this person that you already have a lot of history with, it just kind of looks like a lot of you found yourself, you know, making, you know, mistakes and or poor decisions, and so did they. And I feel like your, you know, poor decisions and or mistakes that you basically made within this dynamic that you share with this person really did hurt this person, affect this person greatly. But I also feel like, you know, you're also realizing that their poor decisions and, you know, their, you know, mistakes have, you know, definitely affected you, you know, as well. I think that, you know, that your decisions have definitely affected them greatly, and their decisions have definitely affected you greatly. It just kind of looks like you guys are very determined to not continue to do things that are going to destroy this relationship or even hurt one another. Now, if this is somebody new, that we're talking about here, there's somebody new that we're talking about here, I do feel like they themselves have definitely learned a lot from their previous relationships. I think that this person, you know, has definitely realized, you know, where they went wrong in previous relationships, and, you know, they're just very determined to get it right this time. You guys both come off to me as two people who learn from your previous relationships. You guys are not the type of people that, you know, never learn, you know, from your previous relationships. I do believe that you two are, you know, very big on learning from your mistakes, and your poor decisions. And you guys also come off to me as two people that, you know, want, you know, a relationship that is going to last the test of times. So I do love the fact that you guys are on the same boat when it comes down to wanting this connection between the two of you to last the test of times. But I also like the fact that you guys learned a whole lot from your previous, you know, relationships with other people. If this is like a new relationship that we're talking about here. Okay. The two of you are definitely, you know, if this is like a new connection, I do see the two of you falling for one another at a very, very rapid pace. And with that Eight of Wands coming out here, that's kind of telling me that either things have already moved very, very quickly here between the two of you, or things are about to start moving very quickly here between the two of you, however it resonates. Okay. How does Sagittarius currently feel about this relationship? So we do have the Page of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Cups, and then we also have the Three of Swords with the Devil out here. All right, if this is somebody that you're reconnecting with, because I'm getting two different storylines here, if this is somebody that you're reconnecting with and you're deciding to start like a whole new chapter / cycle with them and just kind of leave the past in the past, right? And not make the same mistakes again. I am definitely getting that you're still extremely hurt by the things that this person has essentially put you through, to the point where we do see you having a very difficult time moving past it, to the point where we do kind of see you falling into this energy of, but what if, right? What if they hurt me again? What if they put me through this again? What if they put me through that again? I am definitely getting that. I am definitely getting that. So that is definitely a worry and concern that you have when it comes down to giving this person another chance. But what if this, and, you know, what if that? And the fact that you're still hurt by whatever it is that this person said and or did, it makes the whole, let's start over. Let's start over and let's, just leave the past in the past. More easier said than done. Okay, is basically what I'm getting off of your energy. Now, if this is somebody new, Sagittarius, that you find yourself connecting with, I do feel like because you are developing a lot of emotions for this person, because things are moving at a rapid pace between the two of you, because things are growing at a rapid pace between the two of you, I am definitely getting that fear is starting to kick in, as well as doubt is starting to kick in. It's kind of like you're entertaining the, but what if this happens, and what if that happens, and I don't want to go through this, and I don't want to go through that. This is just fear and doubt starting to kind of kick in on your end, which is totally understandable, Sag. I mean, you find yourself in a very vulnerable position right now. I mean, with the Queen of Cups coming out here, yeah, you find yourself in a very vulnerable situation right now. Here you are pouring all of yourself into them and your relationship with them, and you don't really know, if this is going to work out in your favor or blow up in your face at a later date. And I feel like that's what you're concerned about the most, is you're pouring yourself, into this person, and it's not even some of yourself, into this person, this relationship. You're pouring all of yourself, into them in this relationship with them. And the last thing you want is to experience another failed relationship, another heartache, another, disappointment, which is totally, understandable. Totally understandable. How does this person currently feel? About this relationship? We have the Three of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the Moon. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Swords. We also have the Hermit with the Eight of Swords. It's interesting because, like I said, if this is like a new relationship that we're talking about here, remember when I was saying that somebody has trust issues here, and it may not have made its way to the surface just yet, but it's about to. I feel like this is kind of what we're seeing here between you and this person. This entire situation requires to put your trust and faith into this person, to never lie to you, to never betray you, to never deceive you, to never cheat on you, to never hurt you. And that's a hard thing. That's a very, very hard thing for you to do, but it's a very hard thing for them to do. Okay, they're developing a lot of emotions, for you as well. They're developing a lot of emotions for you as well. And I do believe that it scares them, because at the end of the day, again, with the Moon coming out here, that basically represents the level of the unknown, which is interesting because the Eight of Cups has the Moon right here. Neither one of you know if this is going to play out in your favor or not. And I think that that's what scares, the both of you the most, is that y'all don't know, how this is going to play out or not. But you guys both know that in order to keep this relationship intact and afloat here, between the two of you, just kind of requires the two of you to take a chance on one another and see where life, ends up taking the both of you. But that's a very scary thing for the both of you to do. And then on top of that, having to put your trust and faith into someone to never hurt you, betray you, deceive you, play you, whatever have you, that does appear to me as a very, very hard thing for the both of you to actually do. Don't get me wrong. I feel like you have a lot of emotions for them, and I feel like they have a lot of emotions for you. But let's just be honest, okay? Let's just be honest. I do not think that you trust this person fully with your heart, just like I don't think that they trust you fully with their heart. So it just kind of looks like we have two people here that are falling for one another at a rapid pace. They both feel vulnerable. They're both afraid, and they're being forced to do something that's very hard to do, which is putting your trust and faith into one another. Okay, which is causing there to be a lack of trust between the two of you to a degree. Okay, so it kind of looks like the both of you are actually going through this. Now, if this is you, reconnecting with someone and deciding, let's just start over, let's just leave the past in the past, it's pretty evident to me that, and it's not a judgmental thing, you guys, it is what it is. We're human. We're gonna fuck up. We're not perfect, but it's evident to me that you've put this person through a lot of stuff, and this person has put you through a lot of stuff. The pain that you've inflicted upon this person is something, that for the most part, struggling with essentially moving past and getting over. Same applies for you. It's like the pain that they've inflicted upon you is something that you're currently struggling with when it comes down to healing, you know, from it and just simply moving past it. So it makes the whole, let's start over, let's just leave the past in the past, more easier said than done. More easier said than done. Because you can't seem to move past the pain that they caused you, and they just can't seem to move past, you know, the pain that you've caused them. But at the same exact time, even though you guys can't move past the pain that you guys have inflicted upon one another, y'all still love each other. Y'all still want to be with one another. It just makes the whole, like, let's start over. Let's start over. You know what I mean? Easier said than done. Easier said than done. They don't know how to move past the pain that you caused them, and you don't know how to move past the pain that they basically caused you. Which causes the two of you to fall into this energy of what if? What if Sag hurts me again? What if Sag does this to me again? What if Sag does that to me again? You know what I mean? I don't want to go through that. And that's like the same thing with you. It's like you're over here thinking to yourself, well, what if this person puts me through that again? I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go through that. You know, it's like the both of you are afraid. It's like the both of you are afraid about like what the future has in store here, you know, for the both of you. And if things are actually going to work out or not. And, you know, is this person going to hurt you again, or are they not going to hurt you again? Are you going to hurt them again, or are you not going to hurt them again? I understand that this does appear to look and seem, you know, easier said than done. I get that. I get that. But what I am definitely getting, you know, for the both of you is that the both of you need to make it your only mission and priority to not hurt one another anymore. Okay? To not hurt one another anymore. But I feel like that's another thing with the both of you. It's like, yeah, that's another thing with the both of you. It's like, there's a big part of you that, you know, wants to do everything that you can on your end to never hurt this person again or let this person down ever again. Same applies for them. But their biggest thing is like, I just don't feel like Sag deserves that from me though. Like, why do I have to go above and beyond, you know, to never, you know, do this or that again? Because, you know, look at them, you know, and everything that they put me through. You know, why should I go above and beyond and change and, you know, do all of these things after everything Sag put me through, really? And then vice versa. It's like you're looking at them like, you know, I know what I got to do, you know, to avoid hurting this person, letting this person down. But I mean, come on, they don't really deserve that from me. I mean, after everything they put me through, I don't think that they deserve that from me. So that's another thing. It's like you guys moving forward could make it your mission and priority to never hurt one another again, to never let one another down ever again. But it's like at the same exact time, because you know what it takes to, you know, never hurt this person again or let them down again, just like they know what it takes as well. It's like, but you guys just don't feel like the other party deserves all of that from you. So I guess the real question, you know, is then what are you guys doing? What do you guys do? What is the point of you guys getting back together? What is the point of you guys deciding to work things out if you guys are not going to like do what you guys have to do? You know what I mean? To never hurt one another again or disappoint one another again or let one another down ever again. What is the actual point? You know, what is the actual point? At the end of the day, you know, another thing that you guys have to like just keep in mind, right, is that you cannot go back into time and undo the pain that you caused them. You cannot. You can't. Neither can they. And I think that's something that y'all both need to accept. You guys just need to accept that. There is no going back into time and undoing absolutely anything. But see, that's the thing, right? It's like, but how dare they put me through this and how dare they put me through that? And it's like they're doing the same thing. It's like, but how dare Sag put me through this? How dare Sag put me through that? Like, how dare they? How dare they? How dare they? And it's like you guys are obsessing over something that neither one of you could take back. And it's preventing the both of you currently at the moment, in this present moment, from doing what you guys need to do in order for this relationship to work, because, you know, how dare they put me through this, and how dare Sag put me through that. You see what I mean? You guys are obsessing over things that neither one of you could take back. You can't take it back. They can't take it back. Nobody can take it back. What is done is done. There is no going back. There is no going back. There is no going back. But I feel like that's the thing. It's like you're afraid to show up and just be the person that you know they want you to be, out of fear that they're going to make you look stupid in the end. You know what I mean? By continuing to remain the same. Same applies for them. It's like they have this fear of showing up and being the person they know you want by your side, just out of fear that you're going to turn around and make them look stupid in the end by remaining the same. But you guys are going based off of your history with one another. I'm sure there's been many times where you tell this person, I'm never going to do this again. And then you turn around and do that again. And then they're left hurt and disappointed. And I'm sure, you know, they've told you many times, like, oh, I'm never going to do this again, Sag. I'm never going to do that again. And then, you know, they turn around and do it again. So it's like y'all are going based off of, you know, your history with one another. And history has shown the both of you that this person's going to keep disappointing you, and you're just going to keep disappointing them. But I could tell y'all don't want to continue to disappoint one another either. So, you know, then there's that. I could tell that you don't want to lose them. I could tell that they don't want to lose you. So it's like, you know, what do we do? What do we do? What actions will Sag take towards this person or moving? Alrighty. All right. Okay. Okay. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Emperor. And then we also have the Five of Swords. Okay. Okay. So moving forward, I do see you deciding, you know what? Let me show up and just be the person that I know they want me to be. Okay. Which I do see you doing that. Now with the Five of Swords coming out here, that's kind of telling me you're sitting around waiting for this person to let you down, because that's what they always do. They always let you down. They always let you down. They always let you down. So it's like you're waiting for, like, you know, them to just let you down all over again, because that's what you're used to. That's what you're used to. You're used to them letting you down. You're used to them disappointing you. You're used to it. Now, obviously, are you hoping that this person doesn't let you down? Yes. You're hoping that they don't, but you just can't help but to think that it's only a matter of time before they do. What actions will this person take towards Sagittarius or moving forward? Now, if this is a, let me go back to that. If this is like a new relationship that we're talking about here, again, your doubts are starting to kind of kick in. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if they put me through this? What if they put me through that? So I do feel like it's installing some fear, you know, within you, some doubts within you. It's kind of bringing like your trust issues up to the surface a little bit. But moving forward, I do see you deciding, you know what? I'm going to put my trust and faith into this person. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to take it day by day. And I'm going to enjoy this connection. And I'm going to show up and be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. Now, when this person gives me a reason to not trust them, I won't. And I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But you're making the choice to not obsess over but what if they do this to me? What if they do this? You're choosing to not do that moving forward. You're choosing to just put your trust and faith into them. And if in the event they just so happen to give you a reason to not trust them, you won't. And you'll do whatever you got to do from that point on. Now, obviously, are you hoping that this person, you know what I mean, doesn't let you down, doesn't disappoint you? Of course, you're hoping that they don't. It's one of those situations where it's like you're hoping for the best, but like expecting the worst. You know what I mean? It's basically what I'm getting. Now, in regards to this person and, you know, how they plan on moving forward. Again, if this is somebody that you're reconnecting with and you already have a lot of history with, because I'm getting two different storylines here. With the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands to the Star coming out here, that's telling me that this person's going to find themselves spending a lot of time working on themselves. You know, there's just an energy of them essentially feeling like they play a massive role in why things are not working out between the two of you. So look at it as like them taking accountability. I know I got to change this about myself. I know I really got to change that about myself. Let me stop saying I'm going to change and actually change already. Let me put in the work to actually change. In hopes that, you know what I mean, things end up working out, right? In the end. So I do see this person putting in a lot of, work towards, healing from their past traumas. I'm also getting shadow work with this person. I just see this person putting in the work nonetheless to like change whatever it is that they have to change about themselves, in order for this dynamic, between the two of you to work. Because at the end of the day, you are somebody who means a great deal to you, to them. You are somebody who means a great deal to them. You are somebody that they don't necessarily want to lose and or be without. And if that requires them putting in the work to change certain things about themselves, so be it. That's just what they're going to do. And if it works out in their favor, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I feel like they're just going to accept the fact that, all right, boom, this is not working out because look, I put in the work to change and it's just still not working out. Okay. So I do like the fact that the both of you are deciding to just put in the work, you know what I mean, to show up and do what you guys are supposed to do in order for this dynamic between the two of you to work. So I don't see them letting you down and I don't see you letting them down, which is a really, really good sign. Now, if this is like a new relationship, that we're basically talking about here, I am definitely getting that this person has definitely noticed something about themselves. When they get into a relationship with someone, they tend to lose their sense of self within that person, which causes a lot of problems, causes a lot of, things to come up to the surface, like their trust issues, abandonment issues, things of that nature. So this person's very determined to not lose themselves within this dynamic that they basically share with you. Don't get me wrong, they're still going to invest their time and energy towards you, in this dynamic, if I can pick up these cards, in this dynamic that they basically share with you, because you are somebody that they want to continue to build and establish a life with. They just don't want to lose themselves, into you in this dynamic that they basically share with you. I just feel like they have like a history of getting into a relationship and completely losing their self into that person, to the point where they do lose their sense of self, to the point where they do become, attached to the person that they're with, but in a very, very toxic way. It's like a toxic attachment that they develop towards, the people that they end up getting involved, with, because they tend to, lose themselves, in that relationship. They tend to make that person that they're with their everything, to the point where, it's that type of person, when they get into a relationship, they'll stop talking to their friends. They'll stop a lot of things, you know what I mean? Just to solely focus on that person. I just don't see them wanting to do that. You know what I mean with you, because they know that it's never worked for them in the past, and they highly doubt that it's going to work for them this time around. So they're going to make sure that they still have a life of their own, while dedicating and devoting, their time and energy towards you in this dynamic, that they share with you. Now, tell me more about deception. We have the Four of Swords. You got the High Priestess. And then we also have the Ten of Swords. I'm going to be honest. I think that it's just safe to say that these trust issues are coming from the both of you. It's not just you. It's not just them. It's coming from the both of you. I do feel like it's going to take some time for the two of you to fully trust one another. I think it's going to take some time for, the two of you to, fully put your trust and faith into one another. I am definitely getting that it's going to take some time, but it will definitely occur. It will definitely happen. There will come a point in time where you're not going to find yourself fearful of this connection. There will come a point in time where you will find yourself at peace, within this dynamic that you share with this person. Same applies for this person. It's just going to take a whole lot of time. But most importantly, what Spirit wants the both of you to know, is that you guys have to earn each other's trust. You guys have to earn it. You guys have to earn it. You have to earn their trust. They have to earn yours. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty evident to me that this is a very hard thing for the both of you to do as far as putting your trust and faith into one another fully. It is something that's very, very hard for the both of you to do. I feel like there's going to be times where you're going to need them to reassure you, and there's going to be times where they're going to need you to reassure them, because again, we see two people falling madly in love with one another. They find themselves in a very vulnerable moment right now, and it's scary. It's, to be honest, it's scary, because this person literally holds like your heart in their hand, and at any given moment they could break it, vice versa. You know what I mean? So to trust this person with your heart, it's not an easy thing to do, and for them to trust you with their heart, it's just not an easy thing for you know, them to do. But it's very important that you guys make it a priority to gain each other's trust, and not give each other, you know, a reason, you know what I mean, to not trust one another. Because if this person gives you a reason to not trust them, you're going to be that type of person that's going to get up and walk away in a freaking heartbeat. Same applies for them. Same applies for them. So with that being said, it's just very crucial that you guys gain each other's trust, and not do anything to, you know, cause the other party to think that you're untrustworthy, and well, vice versa. But we do have keep an open mind. Like I said, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And then we also have wedding. This person is very different from what you're accustomed to dealing with, in a good way, vice versa. I am definitely getting that. I think that you guys are going to love the fact that this person is very different from everybody from your past. Same applies for them. We do have wedding. The situation involves marriage. Marriage could totally come out of this entire situation. I am definitely getting that. For those of you who don't believe, you know, in marriage, I do believe that the two of you will definitely be in each other's lives for quite some time now. This is not a connection that's going to be in your life for like a few months, or like, you know, a year or two. Like, we do have the Ten of Pentacles out here, and it came out here twice. So that's telling me that this is going to last a very, very long time. The Ten of Pentacles represents decades upon decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. Like, this person is going to be around for a long time, and so are you. I am definitely getting that. So this does appear to me, especially if this is like a new relationship, this does appear to me as like your next serious relationship. Now, if this is somebody that you already have a lot of history with, Sagittarius, moving forward, I think that you guys are just going to make it your only mission and priority to gain each other's trust, but also do what you guys have to do to honestly, like, you know, make this relationship work, make this relationship better. And not continue to kind of hold the stuff that they put you through over their head, vice versa. Because at the end of the day, no one's totally innocent in this entire situation. You're not, they're not. It is what it is. You guys are human. You guys made, you know, a few mistakes. It is what it is. But I think that the why you guys are doing this is something that you guys need to remind yourself of. Because as much as you may not trust this person fully, and as much as they may not trust you fully, to not hurt them again or disappoint them again, and vice versa, I think you guys need to remind yourself why you guys are even doing this to begin with. Why are you doing this? Why are they doing this? And I think that it's very obvious why you guys are doing this. The why is obvious. You love them and they love you. And what's keeping the both of you together is the amount of love that you guys have for one another. The love that you guys have for one another is a lot greater than the pain that you guys have inflicted upon one another. And this is what's keeping you guys together. The love that you guys have for one another, the desire that you guys have to make this relationship work. And that's what's going to make this relationship last the test of times. All right. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys.